Your attention, please. And now, on with the show.
Live from Paradise Studios in New York, Strong Island Television presents Under the Radar, starring Randy Unger. Brought to you by Magnitude Jewelry. Add a 2 to match your attitude. Tonight, Randy will be celebrating his 100th episode, interviewing filmmaker Owen Long of the new thriller Seeds. Randy will also be reviewing the horror film It, Chapter 2, with special guest critics Erica A., CJ Oakland, Nick Commando, Jason Konigsberg, Matt Roy, and Thomas Puglisi. And now, here's your host, Randy Unger.
Hey guys, welcome to Under the Radar, and this is our very special 100th episode, and I want to welcome... Thank you. And it really couldn't have been accomplished without you guys, my fearless film critics, and I want to thank you so much.
Round of applause for the critics.
Yeah!
I'm terrified. I don't really think I'm fearless.
No,
I'm terrified of everything.
A little fear. You got some fearlessness in you.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll
So...
take it.
So guys, how does it feel? I know many of you have been on many times, some not as many, but Erica and I, we've actually been here from the beginning. We started
Madhouse
TV. We actually we co-hosted a segment together
on the legendary Evan Ginsberg.
It was Legends TV, hosted by Evan Ginsberg. Shout out to Mr. Ginsberg. He gave me my start basically in this business, and I want to thank him as well. And yeah, we had fun doing that, and that segment evolved into Under the Radar, which started on Village Connection over a year ago, and now we are here at our current studio, Strong Island, and we've had a lot of fun, and we're having fun right now. So, guys, I just want to go around. What has been your experience on my show? Have you had fun? Have you not had fun?
I've had fun.
Yeah,
this is my 10th episode.
10th episode.
I started the very beginning of this year for your best of the year of 2018. That was my first episode, and it's a great vehicle for myself, and it's a lot of fun. So it's always been a great opportunity, always been a pleasure, and made some friends out of it too.
Good, yeah, of course. That's the main thing, bringing movies and people together, one frame at a time. Patent pending. And that's
a good quote. That's a good quote.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's a good forum for movie lovers.
What has been your favorite movie that we've reviewed together?
Ooh, that's a tough one.
Because I know you don't like a lot.
That may be true. My favorite movie that we've reviewed, maybe the new of this year so far, the Tarantino movie.
Okay, yeah.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. That's probably the best movie that
I think that's on my list. I think that might be number 1 or number 2.
It's 1 or 2 for me this year as
number
well.
2?
So far, 1 or 2.
1 or 2.
That or Midsummer. I can't. Yeah, I go back and forth.
Peanut Butter Falcon. So
Loved
far.
Peanut Butter Falcon.
Of the year, my
Loved
favorite.
it. Did you review that on your show?
Yeah.
Okay, I wasn't here for
I was
that
there
one.
for the review.
Okay.
I had not seen it then.
That was a screwy show.
But I just saw it this week.
Yeah, okay,
And,
good.
right?
Here
And
we
I
are.
loved it.
Good,
So it's our
okay.
second chance.
Yeah.
And any movie that has Jake the Snake Roberts and Mick Foley can't be that bad. So
And Thomas Hayden Church, I'll say.
he was great.
Stole
Yeah.
the show,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
all the actors. I did
Saltwater
Shia
Redneck.
LaBeouf.
Yeah.
They were all good. Yeah.
Yeah. Erica, what are some of your favorite
I
memories?
remember plenty of
Yeah.
terrifying moments.
Okay, I want to hear these.
Well, I think one that was the most interesting. One time we were doing an episode, and Chris was supposed to be on, and abruptly, right before
Chris
we
Clemente, good man.
Chris Clemente,
Good guy. Yes.
fun guy, sometimes not where he's supposed to be, and so he disappeared off camera, and we decided we were going to talk to him as if he were there.
Right.
And imagine what he was saying. And then he finally emerged, and we told him, okay, just play with everything we've said. You've been undressing, and you've been yelling all kinds of crazy things, and we've been playing along like you've been here because you were supposed to be here. And then we did the rest of the review.
That kind of reminds me of the time, Nick, remember when I went to the bathroom during the show?
That was great.
I had to excuse myself.
Great,
It was
yeah.
just, it was bad. And I came back, and
you
there
were
was
pissed
like...
when you came back.
Yeah. There was like a good 40 seconds of
Attaboy,
dead
Matt.
air. It was very bad. Very bad.
Slow burn right there.
Yeah. Matt, you're sort of new. You're
this is what-
becoming more and more seasoned.
Episode 4 or 5 at this point.
No, more than that.
6?
I think. Yeah.
Oh,
you and
jeez.
Jason's a little bit ahead of you in that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's obviously I think it's fun, or otherwise I would not come back almost every week. But it's a good time. My favorite moment will probably have to be when we found out about TJ's Sudeikis.
I hate Jason Sudeikis.
Sudeikis hatred. That was
He
great.
knows what he did.
He does. And we'll never let him live it down. We won't. Yeah. What was it? Driven was the movie.
Driven, yeah.
Not a great movie, but
but good.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
it was like a less comedic, like a slightly more dramatic turn from Sudeikis. So
Yeah.
I liked it. Who's next? Thomas? Any memories for you? I know you're a big horror buff.
Oh yeah, like you
With
know.
the shirt.
Yep, Maniac Cop.
Awesome.
Yep, right from my friend's company, Gutter Garbs.
Love it.
Yep.
Plug.
And I just remember the last time I was on when we reviewed Annabelle Comes Home.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, like I had a lot of fun with that one because like horror movies are of course my thing, and
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I've been reviewing horror movies on my YouTube channel for years. So
The plug, good.
Yep. Yeah, so I've really liked coming back to review on your show too.
Yeah.
I mean, heck, it's always a good time, no matter what, when it comes to this show.
Oh, good. It's very nice of you to say. So, that's Bruce Campbell.
Yeah.
I know that's not to be confused with Psycho Cop, right? That's another
Yeah, that
franchise.
was that was like a ripoff of this.
Oh, that was a
movie,
ripoff
too.
of Maniac. Okay,
Yep.
Good to know. Okay, cool. Well, welcome back. You're always
Thank
welcome.
you. Yep, it's always great to be here.
Yeah, and we've got two very seasoned veterans in the back row.
Right here.
C.J. Oakland.
I've been on absolutely more than 25 times. I don't know how many
Has it
times.
been that-
but
yeah.
I know for a fact, like I cleared 20 times last year alone, and what I've done this year. So,
And you started off at Village Connection.
yep.
So I'm curious, how does it compare, that studio to this?
I like this studio a lot more. I'll be honest, just because
Yeah.
the set looks really nice. I like the equipment and how they do everything here.
Mhm.
Like, I like this studio a lot when we started coming here.
Yeah, it's
Because
got a
the
better
couch
feel.
is so comfortable when you get to sit
Oh,
down.
no.
And it's so slush.
What
And
are you
it
guys
feels so
on
wonderful
today?
to sit down there.
It's like a wooden stool.
Yep, there's
Got
just
some stools
Oh,
there.
wow.
back
Yeah.
here.
We're glad you made it.
Yes.
Don't be tall.
Yeah.
That was
Sorry.
my mistake in life, being tall.
No.
Well, short people, we got real problems.
We were trying to figure out the seating arrangement today, and it was just, yeah. I guess shorter in the front works for you guys. I mean, does it not work for you tall people? I don't know. It looks good on
It's fine.
camera.
This is where we're going with the conversation already?
I guess so. Why
Your
not?
favorite place to sit.
Yeah. Nick,
Randy.
yes. Here we
No.
are. 100 episodes.
Yes.
How do you
100 of them.
How do you feel?
Right now, I feel okay.
Yeah.
I'm tired.
Yeah.
I had a burger before. That was pretty good.
Good. All American?
No, my friend barbecued.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
Good. The
yeah.
real deal. Okay.
Yeah, it was good. It was good.
Okay.
It was good.
Favorite movie that we reviewed together?
Well, growing up as a young woman in Billings, Montana, I didn't have many opportunities to see a lot of movies, as we've explored on this show, and I don't have a favorite one that we've done here. Mostly because I don't remember any of the movies we've done.
That makes it two of us.
The Nun.
Or the seven of us, I think.
Probably the one that comes to mind is The Nun, because as we've discussed off camera, Nick don't do no horror,
Yeah.
and you made me do horror, Andy.
I did
You
make you.
have gotten farther with me with that came out wrong.
Did it though?
With doing things, I'm very set in my ways. I don't do things I don't want to do.
Yes.
You somehow managed to get me to bite the bullet and go see a horror movie.
I know.
Because my imagination is way too overactive to see them, because
Yeah.
I will go home and there will be a coat hanger that is always in the same place in my apartment. I will turn the lights off, it will be an axe murderer.
No.
There will be no convincing me otherwise. You can turn the light on, turn it right back off, it's going to be an axe murderer.
But did you
His
see
name
it?
is Melvin.
Did you
What?
see it or no? You-
What?
It Chapter 2?
No,
didn't?
I'm waiting for It Chapter 7.
Yes.
That's when I'll see
That'll
it.
happen, I
That's
think.
when I'll see
We'll
it,
see.
yeah.
It'll be a remake.
There'll be a prequel. There'll be babies. And, you know.
They'll just do the Fast and Furious treatment to it. All of a sudden, Pennywise will become an agent for the country, for America.
Teamed up with The Rock.
And
Just
he'll team up with
sunglasses.
Dwayne The Rock Johnson and Jason Statham. And he'll ride one of those twisted metal video game trucks.
Oh, I love that
Because
game.
that had an
That was
evil
so
clown
good.
in it.
Yeah.
Get it?
I remember
Connections?
that.
Yeah, we got the.
And then they'll save the world in Samoa.
Oh God, that's terrible.
Or Maine.
Yeah, or Montana, right?
Or
Billings,
Montana.
where I grew up as a young woman.
Cool. So, you and Eric actually, I think everyone else saw the movie, but It Chapter 2, you guys did not partake.
No, I'll wait for chapter
You guys
7.
are not horror buffs.
Anti-horror.
Anti-horror.
I actually gave our mutual friend Vincent, I gave him an opportunity to show me a horror movie a couple days ago.
Which one?
Any one that he chose.
Okay, nice.
And he did not take the opportunity. So
Really?
next time you see him, kick him in the shin.
You think he should have showed you his
Well,
glorious...
he was upset at me because I was taking way too long to come over to see him.
Uh-huh.
So that's why I did it. He
Oh.
didn't take it.
Wow.
Hopefully he's not watching this right now. Did not hear me just say
He
that.
might
Sorry,
be.
Vinny.
He might be. But yeah, that brings us to our movie.
And that's where these balloons came from.
Oh yeah. You
It's
got
not a
these-
celebration.
It's a dual
Well,
purpose.
it's a dual
Yes.
purpose, but I mean, the set is a little haunted right now.
Yeah,
I think,
yeah.
But
so,
5
yeah.
out of 6 of them have survived.
Right.
No, there's
Just like 5 out of 6 of us will survive.
These are 6 balloons,
We'll beat the odds.
each in honor of you for sitting on this couch and stools.
As long as you don't drive drunk.
Yes.
Well, then
yeah.
who's the droopy one?
The droopy one
That's
is
me.
droopy. Uh-oh.
That's
Oh,
You claimed it.
the
It's not even red anymore.
It's
It's like
medication
it turned
to
peach.
rectify.
No, it's red. It's red.
Okay.
It's the
Oh,
yeah.
it's a little
dark. You're looking
It's
at
a little
that
dark.
bar on the. Yeah, there you go.
it's a little shrunken.
I was like, it looks like it's peach now.
It's fine. And basically, It Chapter 2 is our movie of the evening. And it's the second installment, obviously.
Final
Oh, really? That's what
installment.
chapter
Yeah.
2 means?
Are they? They're not going
It's
to
the
do
final-
any more, right?
They can't
Well,
do
no,
any
they
more.
can do whatever they want.
Yes, they
ends,
can. They
so-
can do the final insult.
Okay, the final-
But the book's done. They did.
Yeah,
Yeah, this
okay.
is the end essentially of the of the story. So
Yeah.
this,
I don't know, I feel
unless
like
they remake it,
they
or unless
could-
they decide to.
Or
I mean, it is
franchise and do
Hollywood.
Maybe
more,
Steve-
yeah.
They'll do like
King?
Space Clown 3.
Stephen
Killer
King-
Clowns
There
from
will
outer
be
space.
turtles.
Leprechaun in space
Yeah,
now.
right, exactly.
When a franchise goes to
When
space,
Jason went to space.
That-
yeah.
Everyone's going to
when
space
a franchise goes to space, a horror franchise, it's
Dies.
Never good. It's
With it.
never good.
But
yeah.
everything has to go to outer space.
Yeah.
at some point.
Hellraiser went to space. In
Yeah.
Hellraiser 4, Bloodline.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Really? Oh, wow.
Everything in like the
In the comics, Punisher went to
mid-90s went
space.
that way for some
No,
reason.
even earlier. I mean, Josie and the Pussycats went into outer space.
Well, that's not horror.
Right.
But I'm
Or
just saying,
is it?
every-
That's debatable.
Kind of is.
It could be.
just
Yeah.
horrifying.
Yeah. So, guys, are you fans of the It franchise, Matt?
No.
I mean, I love the book.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of my all-time favorite like horror books.
Yeah.
I was a huge fan of the TV miniseries. I watched it air when it came out.
I watched it this morning. It was great.
I haven't seen it in a very, very, very long time.
yeah.
but
Doesn't hold up.
I'm sure it doesn't.
I liked it
I'm
a
sure it
lot.
doesn't. And like I love the cast in that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, the judge from Night Court.
Harold Anderson is
Harry
great.
Anderson. The
Harry
late, great
Anderson,
Harry Anderson,
is
yeah.
He steals the show. Like
He's great.
Finn Wolfhard.
Yeah.
In the
yeah,
remake.
Richard Belzer. Like these
Yeah.
are all people that when I was like, I guess I was like their age, and not the adults, but the children in the movie when that came out.
Okay.
So you were
I was
Jonathan
like 11.
Brandis' age. Okay.
Yeah, I was
They
like
were,
11.
What, okay.
Or-
They were like
What are we
12?
talking
12ish.
The
I was-
age of the original
Yeah.
cast members.
Oh, the
in-
TV
in-
movie.
yeah,
I was around that
When it
age.
came out in 1990.
Yeah,
and-
1990.
91, I believe.
No,
90.
The adults cast in that movie at the time were like people that I like loved so much.
Yeah.
Like
They were all
Richard
TV
Mazur,
stars. Yeah, they were all TV
You know,
stars,
like
yeah.
Harry Anderson.
John Ritter. Yeah.
Harry
Most of the
Anderson
reason I
from-
saw this movie was for
uh,
John Ritter.
yeah.
I love everything.
Oh, yeah,
the man
same
has
here.
done. You know, stay tuned.
What's he
Oh
doing
my
in
God.
horror though? It didn't. It
was-
wasn't.
he
It's not
was
the only horror
appropriate.
movie he's been in.
Yeah.
He's got to teach Pennywise 8 simple rules to
Yeah, okay, there you go. If only he did that, it might have been a little.
That would've
better.
been a crazy
Yeah,
movie.
That Three's Company are my only references for John Ritter.
Yeah.
And Problem Child.
Oh,
Yeah.
and
Can't forget Problem Child. And
Problem
Problem
Child
Child
1 and 2.
which is actually the better.
2 was better. I thought.
Yeah.
It's a fantastic episode of Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
He was in an episode.
Yes,
where
I didn't
Eve
know
played
that.
a robot
He's
who was dating the mom.
A rope.
He's
We are really
he's dating-
digressing here from it because I'm going to
He's
bring up Bad
dating
Santa
anyone
next.
who
Oh, God.
looks like
He was in there. That
He was
my
the
movie.
boss in
Yes.
Bad Santa. that
he was in that. Yeah, the
fantastic.
mall manager.
Let's
Yeah.
just talk about anything besides
He's done a lot of
Chapter 2.
goofy
Let's do
horror.
that.
Yeah. So
He was in Sling Blade.
Sling
Also
Yeah,
with
he
Billy
was-
Bob
yeah,
Thornton.
yeah.
He was,
Skin
yeah.
deep. He wore a giant condom.
Is that the condom
I don't know
that
that
was
one.
the
That
glow
I
in the
don't
dark
know.
condom? Yeah.
That one I don't know.
Anyway, guys, we're
Back to it.
We're on a good tangent.
Back to
I love
it.
John Ritter. Don't
We
get me
haven't
wrong.
even started.
We
Yeah.
don't tell- yeah.
All right,
All right,
now
let's
we
get
talk about Kristen Ritter.
She's
Yes,
good
okay.
too. She's
Breaking
Thank you
Bad.
for being the only one to laugh at
Jessica
that, Randy.
Jones.
Thank you. So, guys, in the back, the It franchise. What are some of your favorite moments from the history of It?
Well, I mean, like Pennywise always stole the show. Like,
Yeah.
no matter who he was played by, either if it was Tim Curry or Bill Skarsgård.
Right.
So, like, basically he was always the highlight. Like, always kept the movies going.
Yeah, but you know what? He was kind of in the background in the 1990 miniseries. He was like barely in it, and I think it benefited from that. Like the less you see, the more effective it is. Jason's nodding his head.
Well, I mean, he was the best scenes, but that's the way they treat
Yeah.
it. I just think the miniseries, the trappings of TV, the fact that it was
Yeah.
made for TV,
Exactly.
hurt it so much and
Interesting,
kept
yeah.
it from being scary. The effects were not as good, which is something we can't say about the new movies. The special effects were fantastic. I
Over the top, in my opinion.
found the miniseries to be just a little silly and an understatement to how great and powerful. I agree with you.
Yeah.
The book is one of
Yeah.
my absolute favorite books. One of my definitely one of my top 5 favorite Stephen King novels. Maybe
Yeah.
top 3.
Okay.
It's an outstanding novel. But the miniseries just made it seem like a joke. I had trouble taking it seriously.
It had like this great Goonies, Lost Boys.
Well, that's
vibe
because of
about
the
it.
time
Yeah.
period.
Right, which is
Yeah.
what I loved
I
about
mean,
it.
so did
had I
the
seen
other-
the
yeah.
miniseries now,
Yeah.
because I saw it as it aired.
Okay.
So it's like I was young,
Yeah.
and I was like still a year away from reading the book. So it was like to me, I thought it was great, but. I mean, I could definitely see if I saw it now, I'd probably feel the same way I feel about seeing these 2 movies that just came out.
And I didn't see it until I was an adult,
There you go,
and
yeah.
it's just.
Yeah.
I mean,
silly.
it is
Yeah.
very cheesy. I'll give you
Oh, yeah,
that.
It's a product of its time.
It is.
which-
But in my
But
head,
it's so fun.
in my head,
I didn't think it was
that
fun,
Chinese restaurant scene.
Yeah.
Scene in the miniseries feels so much better than the one in the movie.
Because
I
everything
thought
is so
was,
CGI.
It was so
Yeah,
CGI.
Yeah.
And
I'll give you
like,
that.
And technology can be its own enemy in the 21st century, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
We've taken it from a really good tool to help improve movies to the point where now everything is so overly CGI'd and overdone.
And how
That's-
terrible was that scene
Scene.
with the head, with the spider
Oh, the
legs,
spider-
just ripping
yeah.
off John Carpenter's
I love
The
it.
Thing.
You've got
it was
well, and
ripping
then-
apart John
and then-
Carpenter.
and then,
yeah.
of course,
Even
they-
that line,
they
ripping
use
blatantly, like, yeah,
well,
I
if
didn't
you
like
rip
that
something
reference.
off and then you use a line, it's
Oh,
homage.
it's okay. It's okay.
homage now.
I didn't like
We're
that.
paying
At that
tribute.
point, when it started growing legs and just became the thing from the Thing, I just wanted Bill Hader to go, "Hey, that's from John Carpenter's The Thing."
Oh, that would have been better.
What the
That
hell?
would have been
that would've
better.
been great.
You should have written the movie. That
I
would have
love
been
it. I
better.
love it.
Yeah, great. Yeah.
So, Erica, I'm just curious. What is it about horror that doesn't, float your boat?
I think it's a worthless concept as a genre. I think that this movie had the promise. It also has the great coming of age story to
It does. Yeah, sure.
But genre as a horror is just waiting for the something's coming. Okay, now we're gonna do
Okay,
this.
that's bad horror.
No,
but
even
good
good
psychological horror,
is
they
still
should have
equally,
something
you
that
sit there and it's
stays
like,
with
really?
you. They should have
Okay.
something that stays with you. So and
But even
that's
good
where
horror
this
is
it
just-
failed
I
for
mean-
me, whereas the first it did. So
I think that just in general, even the ones that aren't the jump scares. You're
and
just
that was
waiting
all
for
this
something-
movie. It too.
Yes,
The
that I
reasons
saw.
I didn't like it too was the over reliance on jump scares. Way too much. All it had were jump scares and over reliance on humor. Yes, we get it. Bill
And
Hader
over-
is funny, and it goes on.
Yeah.
And on. There's
my-
no reason for this movie
Yes,
to be almost 3
that was
hours.
one thing that
No
people
reason
said it
for it
was
to be almost 3
terrifyingly
hours, yeah.
long. It was like sitting through Avengers.
My main criticism is they tried to throw too much at you.
Well, in the book, they tried to throw everything in the book.
Like that-
And-
I
but
didn't
that's
read that they did
the
that.
book is 1,100 pages or more. It's like a doorstop. It
Yeah.
doesn't look like a book. It's pretty intimidating to look at.
Right, yeah.
It really hurt someone with it.
It's like a step stool.
Yeah, but
But this movie, it was too
they
much.
tried to cram everything in,
Yeah,
and
they should have just had room for a third one. Make it a nice, even
there you go.
I don't even know if I want a third one.
No.
Because the way the book works so well is that you have these adults where they've completely forgotten their childhood, and it's them being called back to the town and having to remember these horrifying things they went through that they completely forgot.
Right.
And that's part of the horror, is seeing everything that you've forgotten in your life. Like
in your
the
childhood.
first movie, because they split it.
Childhood, adulthood, closure.
And even in the book, the childhood scenes were always so much more powerful.
Yeah.
In the miniseries, you could agree with that. The kid scenes were a lot better than the adult scenes, and so that's why the first It was so compelling, and it worked so well for me.
Actually,
at least.
I think the childhood sequences worked better in the remake than the
Miniseries.
movie. Yeah.
The TV movie, I just don't even. it's a TV movie, so let it lie. Let it rest. Let it be
I
what
like
it is.
it, though.
You can like it. I know a lot of people that like it.
I tried to tolerate it.
For me, the best scenes in it too involve the children.
Yeah.
I thought.
Oh, definitely,
Yeah, so,
definitely.
yeah.
And I feel like they couldn't have made a third movie out of it because all the stuff they don't put in the movie, you can't do in a movie.
That is also true.
I mean,
there's
a
some
scene with the
dirty
children
sexual stuff
that you cannot put in a movie, regardless of what rating you give it.
I didn't read the book, but I heard that there's an orgy scene.
Yes, there is. Yes. Could never be done. And not only would it be NC-17, it wouldn't be. No studio would ever shoot it.
You could not do it.
Couldn't do it. Stephen King.
And also, giant cosmic space turtles and shit like that.
That
like,
stuff I understand them not
like
putting in.
it just would be out of place in modern horror.
Yeah. Well, they did the spider.
Yeah.
They did the spider. The effects were great in It too. It Chapter 2.
Yeah.
God, I will give it credit. The effects, the production value, the set design.
Yeah, set
under
sounds
the when they went underground, excellent. But the jump scares, the humor that fell flat every time, and the running time. Those three things I just
What
couldn't
about
get
here?
past.
My favorite aspect of it, Bill Hader. Come on.
He was good for comic relief, but the jokes fell flat.
Yeah.
I didn't think and it took away from the horror. I wasn't scared
Yeah.
because he was making jokes. But it was a good performance.
I feel like I wouldn't have been scared anyway. So I was just like my whole thing was I wanted to see this movie because Bill Hader was in it.
Yeah.
It Chapter 1 was scary. I thought it was scary. I thought it was
scary.
I didn't think it was that
enjoyed it.
scary.
Okay, it
I
got
call
to
it
me.
goofy horror.
There were enough. The scenes where Pennywise in the picture, the scene with the homeless man in the house, those were effective. I found them to be effective, scary scenes.
When I saw
The stuff in the house definitely.
Yeah, It
was
Chapter
the
1 had
scariest part.
scary stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
See,
in
yeah.
Chapter 1, I believed the kids were in danger. I believed all of their reactions.
Yeah.
In Chapter 2, I never once felt like these adults were in any real danger.
I agree 100%.
Every
Yeah.
scene where they were
I agree.
attacked,
Yeah.
It was way too
whether they're
cartoony.
attacked or it's a jump scare or anything
Yeah.
they're dealing with, they just have this almost blasé reaction.
Yeah.
And,
And
Bill
yeah.
Hader makes a joke with
When Eddie gets stabbed in the face.
there's no
Man, nothing.
odds.
Nothing.
He's just like,
It was
I just got
funny.
stabbed in the face.
It was funny, yeah. And the plot was contrived. Like in the book, it works because you're going along with the
Yeah.
book and reading the details. So as you're reading it, you don't realize how ridiculous it might be, the timing of it. But in this one, I just found this artifact. Throw an artifact in. Boom, they solved the problem. Now let's go over here. And these arbitrary decisions that just drive the plot. It works in the book.
Right.
Didn't work in the movie.
Thomas, you had a thought there?
Yeah, well, I was actually thinking, since we were just bringing up, how it was better with the characters being kids. Well, it's definitely a lot more scary when the characters were kids because, I can actually see kids being scared of something like Pennywise, but when they're adults, I kind of see them as not being all that
It's a little
scary.
silly.
No,
Yeah.
it's
Still
not true.
kinda
There are
scary,
still
yeah.
people who are
I mean,
afraid
if
of
it happened to
clowns.
me, I would shit my pants.
Yeah. Let's not deny it.
If you saw a little a baby chicklet come out of a fortune cookie,
That would freak me out.
It happened to me once with a hard-boiled egg. So,
Oh, gross.
used
I would
egg
never eat
slicer.
eggs again.
It took
I
me
would
2
never
years
eat
to
eggs
get another
again.
egg.
That wasn't a joke. That really happened.
No,
I've heard of that
it was,
happening,
well, it was
yeah,
dead.
I've
It
heard
wasn't alive.
Right,
But it was like a
still
disgusting.
Stillborn.
That's disgusting.
yeah, and I didn't eat eggs for like 10 years.
I don't blame you.
So yeah, but moments like that, yeah, it's like if that happened in real life, I'm scared.
100%.
Nick, we're gonna take a short commercial break, but I want to find out what is it about horror, like Erica, that horrifies you.
Well, Randy, I'm going to break something we discussed before about cursing. Why the fuck would I want to watch something that scares me? Why?
That's a very good
Do you
point.
like roller coasters?
Why? No, I don't.
Then there you go. Okay.
I don't do things that make me uncomfortable.
I like Nitro at Six Flags. It's not scary. It's just exhilarating.
It's like going to the bar and going up to a biker and punching him in the face. Like, why would I do that?
Right.
Oh, because there's a thrill behind it.
That's physical pain,
There's-
but mental pain is a whole different
Exactly.
ball of wax.
Horror and comedy are like the two longest genres where I think it's just that natural. People want to laugh, and for whatever reason, people want to be scared. People like that sensation. They like, and it's like a roller coaster. You're safe at the end.
No
You're not
disrespect
really
to
getting
anybody on this
stabbed.
panel. I cannot relate to that in any way.
Well, me neither. So,
Well,
high five.
High five that, and fear is the most primal emotion and feeling. And with that, we're gonna take a short commercial break. We'll be back more with It Chapter 2 and this wonderful panel of film critics right after this.
Under the Radar is brought to you by Magnitude Jewelry. Add a 2 to match your attitude. Patent pending interchange genuine gemstone and crystal EMF protection jewelry. For more information, please visit magnitudejewelry.com/gemgirl or call 718-268-6634.
I know. Hey guys, welcome back to Under the Radar's 100th episode! Where we celebrate all things film. It doesn't matter what the genre, who's in it, who's directing it. And yeah, we talk about it all. And again, my wonderful, fearless, I don't know why I say fearless.
Wonderful
Yeah, I
looks
don't know.
better.
I'm
We're full of
afraid
fear,
everything.
man. We're so scared.
You're
The
great.
world is a terrifying
The
place, Randy.
eclectic panel.
Sure, you're eclectic.
Mom, I'm scared.
Oh no.
But guys, thank you again. So I can't get over this. It's so good, and yeah, you're always welcome. You know that, each and every one of you, and everyone watching at home, you're welcome into my heart.
Come in here.
We
may
all
never
float in the
leave.
studio.
So guys, we talked about It Chapter 2.
Now we're going to talk about It Chapter 3.
Yes, that's well, you never
Movie
know.
that
We're going to talk about it, Chapter 11.
We're going to talk about Chapter 3 from the book.
Favorite horror movies of all time.
Ooh, that's such a loaded question.
Well, we could do a top 3 if it's better. I know you like your lists,
a
like
loaded question.
Yeah,
Our
Yeah.
current political
We need a
climate.
turtle.
Or Nick, the movie that turned you off of horror.
It. The TV movie.
Really?
TV movie
Really?
version of it.
Okay.
That is.
We have
That's
I believe
interesting.
we've discussed
Have we?
this on the show.
Okay.
I'm
Bring it
not
up
saying
again.
that to be an ass.
No.
I did it anyway.
This is the most relevant time, Nick.
This is the most relevant time.
Yes.
I, as a child and as an adult, I was terrified of everything. I also lived in a household where my parents, just to give you an example, they had a friend who had HBO. Their friend would tape The Sopranos for them, drop the tape off at our place after my brother and I had gone to bed. Now, meanwhile, during the Sopranos run, I was probably halfway through it. I was like 13 or 14. My brother was like 11 or 12. So, we weren't 7. We were old enough where we probably would have understood mildly what was going on. They refused to watch it in front of us. If one of us came downstairs, they paused it, changed the channel, acted as if they were watching porn or something. So when I saw the It TV movie on TNT or something, it was the scene with the old lady invites one of the kids into her house, and then
Right.
she looks up and her eyes are just black holes.
Yeah.
She has no eyeballs or anything in there.
She turns into a zombie.
She's like a zombie,
like an
and she
undead.
has this voice like
Yeah,
this,
yeah.
and she's like, I worry about you. I worry a lot. And then she goes after the kid, and I was like, no! And I walked out of the room and did not sleep for 2 weeks because the way my bedroom was situated on top of already my skittishness, my closet door was parallel to where I slept.
Yeah.
So my head was right by the doorknob to
God.
the closet. So you know what I thought was going to happen every time I closed my eyes? The closet was going to open, that lady was going to pop out, and she was going to eat my face.
She only worried about you, man.
She was worried.
I was worried about you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And if that was
I
not
love
the,
you.
and I apologize to those that have seen it if that was the wrong line from that scene, but it was terrifying.
I think it's close, yeah.
And I did not sleep for 2 weeks after that. And
Wow.
have not seen, and did not went out of my way not to see horror movies after that.
Wow.
That's great. That is,
Yeah.
what, you were 7, you said?
I was probably what year was the TV movie?
90.
Well, it came in,
1990.
but you mentioned Sopranos.
1990.
That was 99.
Sopranos started in
So it was
99.
probably like a rerun.
Okay.
I probably watched it because 1990 I was just
Yeah, it was on TNT. That's-
so there was no way I was computing what was happening.
So you were like 9 years old, I guess.
probably around that
Okay.
age.
All right.
Probably
I
around
could see
se-
that.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
just Nope City.
I was 12 when I saw I Know What You Did Last Summer. And that
That's
scarred
Oh.
me a little bit. Yeah. No? Okay.
Didn't do anything for me, but
The scene where he's
90s
hiding-
horror is
some
pretty
of us
bad.
are some of us are brave, and
Yeah.
others are just piles of goo that are terrifying.
The killer was hiding in the
We know,
closet
we-
as well.
Exactly.
And he cuts Sarah Michelle Gellar's
The killer was the
hand.
Gorton's
Yeah.
Fisherman, which was a ripoff from John Carpenter's The Fog with the big hook on the
Oh,
seat.
good movie.
Yeah, great
Good
movie.
movie.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
wouldn't be in my top 5 horror
Right,
movies,
but it's still a
John
solid-
Carpenter
Not
is
even my
such a
top
great
5
director.
Carpenter movies.
No, it wouldn't be in my top 5
And
Carpenters,
just for
but still
context,
amazing.
Right.
Yeah.
Just for context, to drive this point home,
Yeah.
I was also terrified of the Wicked Witch from Wizard of Oz.
Well, everyone was scared of her. That's normal. Everyone was scared of her.
All right,
Frank
well, I
was
feel
pretty,
bad.
yeah,
Come on.
pretty good makeup.
That was scary. Margaret Hamilton was a very scary. And you know she was actually an elementary school teacher before she became the Wicked
I can
Witch?
see that.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I can see
Imagine if
that.
she was your teacher.
Yeah.
I mean, minus the green makeup, it's still pretty scary.
It always
It's
blows
still,
my
yeah.
mind.
I think the
when
green makeup
famous people
makes
do
it less
average
scary.
stuff.
Maybe.
You say that.
Because if she's like, if she looks like a real person, it's
Then
like
she's
creepy.
your typical old lady who works.
Yeah, I don't know, but that was a very, very scary performance. Well, I won't deny that.
CJ, favorite horror movies?
Since we're all talking about kind of first horror movies we saw when we were kids, like
Yeah.
I first saw Christine like when I was really young.
Great
Like,
John
it was just on
Carpenter
TV,
movie.
and you could see,
Carpenter,
like,
yep.
He's
one
gonna
of the
come up a
kids
lot
is
today.
like
He's great.
walking down the street alone and like starts yelling at the kid hiding in the car, and then they show there's no one in the car. The car comes to life, starts chasing him down, and just crushes him in an alley. And I watched as a kid going, "This is freaking amazing!" And, like, that's what got me into Stephen King. And like when I was in high school, like when I was in like 7th grade, as soon as I got into the library, it's like, oh, we have a whole Stephen King section, and I just started reading through all of
That's
that.
awesome. That's
I read
awesome.
through The Stand. I read through it. Like I got through
Yep.
almost all of it before I was out of high school. It was great. stuff.
That's awesome.
I would have watched the same movie and been sobbing.
Yeah. A killer car, yeah. Stephen King did he write Maximum Overdrive? He directed
He
it.
wrote and directed.
He was
Maximum
coked out of his mind directing that movie.
But Christine, he worked with
just watching the
Carpenter,
trailer
yeah.
for Maximum Overdrive.
Yeah. I didn't see it, but I just know it's about killer trucks. Or
I've heard it's
Oh,
the
it's
worst.
Emilio Estevez.
I've heard it's the
seen it.
worst
Yeah.
Stephen King.
It's
Okay,
bad.
that's what I've heard. I haven't
It's
seen
very
it.
bad.
And that is
It's
only
like a
directorial
good parody.
debut.
Oh yeah, as a matter of fact, about Maximum Overdrive, that's actually the only movie he's ever directed.
The only one.
Yep. And after that, he actually said he will never direct a movie again because of that movie.
Yeah.
Was it because of him or what, a different
No,
factor?
it's not a great setup overall. It's just basically if all the machines came to life, but it was only like cars and trucks like running people down. Like I've read the short story it's written off too, and it's also not great. But,
So is it like Terminator or closer to Rubber about the killer
It's
tire?
more like Rubber.
Yeah.
More like Rubber. Okay.
A lot
You
more
never
like
heard of
Rubber.
Rubber?
No.
It's god awful. A killer tire
awful.
runs people over.
It's
Or
avant-garde.
Transformers
It's so weird. It's existentialist.
Sure.
It's the weirdest horror movie.
It's a
I was
weird
gonna
horror
say that
movie. Yeah.
Killer
Nightmare
cars.
was
Okay.
evil.
Killer tire.
Killer,
Yeah.
just,
No.
just
Yes.
a tire.
It's just a tire. It's
It's
one
just
tire.
the tire.
It's
I
one
appreciate
evil
Rubber.
piece of rubber. Yeah.
Rubber is just
The
about
80s
one
it was
evil
No, no,
tire.
no. It was
No,
in
it's
the
about
2000s.
Also,
more
like
recent.
breaking
Yeah.
the fourth wall in weird ways.
It was
It's a
in the
weird
2000s.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll have to check it out now.
Let's see.
I'm
Please do.
very interested.
I will show it for you. I have it
Yeah.
on DVD. I love watching this movie and showing it to people and just having them go like, "What the fuck am I watching?"
It's pretty
so
bad.
Weird.
It's pretty bad. Yeah.
I like it.
It's bad, but it's the most entertaining.
It's on
I've ever-
caliber with The Room. How about
Yeah.
that?
Does,
Yeah.
does the tire like change form? Does
No,
it,
it's just
like,
a tire.
people-
And then
tire.
it'll
That won't stop.
Listen, Randy, here,
It
let me
rolls
describe
under
this movie
people's
for you,
feet.
okay? The tire rolls down the road and sees someone like on the side of the road.
Yeah.
It'll focus on them, start shaking a little bit, and then the person's head explodes because it's a psychic tire.
It's like Scanners.
Oh, it's psychic.
Scanners tire. Okay, I love Scanners. They're great horror.
really enjoy
Cronenberg, Scanners,
Cronenberg,
Videodrome, The Brood, The Dead Zone, Stephen King.
Cronenberg and Carpenter, they kind of rose to fame around
In the late
same-
70s, early
that was
80s,
a good time.
Halloween, so many great. I mean, if you were to do my top 5 horror movies, I would be filled with Carpenter, Romero, Dawn of the Dead,
The
Night of the
Thing
Living
is-
Dead.
is
The
probably
Thing
number
would be
one.
the Thing would be
seen-
way up there.
I've seen
yeah.
Wes Craven's
Halloween.
one of my
I don't
heroes,
think that's
actually,
a
for that matter.
That's
Wes
absolutely
Craven is
horror.
is a hero of yours?
Wes Craven's great. Yeah.
Well, that's
Incredible.
he was good. He was
Well,
good.
and the reason why is because, since we were just talking about our favorite horror movies, like, the movie that got me into horror,
Yes.
believe it or not,
This I need to
was
hear.
Scream.
The first one.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, the first
Okay,
one.
okay.
Yeah, and the reason why is because when I was a kid, there was a point in my life where I wasn't allowed to watch these kind of movies, but, like,
You
when...
snuck it into the VCR.
Well, kind of, but, like, with my parents' permission, I was able to watch the Scream movies and the I Know What You Did Last Summer movies,
Yeah.
but there was a catch, though. I couldn't see them in the theater. So I had to wait for them to come out on video.
Interesting.
Yep.
I don't know. Do you guys think it's scarier to see at home or in a theater?
Theater.
Theater.
I'd say theater.
Too many
Theater?
distractions at home. You could turn on the lights.
Turn off
And
the
Your
at
phone
theater-
could ring.
Turn your
There's too
phone
many-
off.
yeah.
Lock
Although-
the-
Okay, if you're that
Although-
disciplined,
I'd
yes.
I'd
But
say
at home you
being
also
young,
have-
home alone,
yeah.
and watching a horror movie, there's probably nothing scary.
Time out. The group mentality. I'm thinking about when I
Yes.
saw
Yes.
A Quiet Place.
Uh-huh.
You couldn't hear anything
See, I saw it
that
on
first
Blu-ray.
half hour. Seeing it in the theater, totally different experience.
Interesting.
Yeah.
It was one of the most amazing theater experiences I ever had because that group experience, everyone jumping at the same time. A
Yeah.
Quiet Place, The Descent. When I saw
Oh
that
my
in
God.
theater, outstanding experience. The whole
Yeah.
theater was silent. Don't Breathe, another one.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of great, moments where you're sitting in that big group in a dark room and everyone's watching the same thing and feeling that
Breathing
same thing.
together.
Yeah,
Every
exactly. So
motion-
those are 3 off
emotion.
the top of my head. I can't
Yeah.
imagine liking those as much if I saw them the first time at home.
Well, you know what, Matt, you host Cult Cafe, so you know
Yeah.
a lot about that theater audience
Oh.
interaction.
I mean, not that it's a horror movie by any means, but last weekend we showed Blues Brothers.
That's a great movie.
And-
That's the best movie
It's
musical
one
ever.
of my favorite
Yeah, one of
movies
my
of all
favorites
time.
too. 100%.
And it was my
John
first time
Landis, some of
seeing
them.
it with a group. It was a religious experience.
It's so much fun. It's such a fun movie. Yeah.
Having an entire room of people do the callbacks to Minnie the Moocher, it blew my mind. I almost cried at how magical the audience it was.
And I've never seen it in a group of more than 2
Yeah,
or 3.
same
so
here.
yeah, I
And it
imagine
was
that would be a
like-
wonderful
Yeah, there were
experience.
like 70 people, and it was like
I had a similar one when I saw Monty Python and the
Oh.
Holy Grail in the
Yes,
theater,
yes.
That
and
would've been
everyone was
great.
saying that it was
Oh,
like
yeah.
Rocky Horror Picture
It is,
Show.
yeah,
It was
yeah.
so much
I
fun.
saw that at
Yeah.
Bryant Park, an outdoor
That's
cemetery.
awesome.
that,
Yeah.
any of those 70s comedies like Blazing Saddles,
Yeah. Animal House, I'm sure would be a good one,
Airplane,
Airplane would be an excellent one.
seeing
Airplane
Yeah.
is
those
one
with a
of the
group of
greatest
people.
movies.
Yeah.
There's
And
nothing
Matt,
like it.
again, I want to thank you again for Ghostbusters.
Oh God, you're welcome. I mean,
That was a few weeks ago.
yeah, it was August 10th.
I was there for
Thomas
that
was
matter.
there.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
celebrated their 35th anniversary.
35th
Yeah.
anniversary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got to do the second one next year.
Oh, my
Oh,
God,
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, bringing that Ghostbusters.
Oh, this is the 30th anniversary of the
30th for
second
that.
one. You can
Second
do
one,
it right now.
We could do it. Yeah. We could
Yeah.
Right.
That's actually not a bad idea.
Ghostbusters
Just
2 is a
screen
great
it,
movie.
Have like a split screen, you know.
Ghostbusters 2 is underrated. Not as good as 1, but it's
Nope,
it's
but it's
underrated.
still-
I
still a
enjoy
great
it.
movie.
It's very, for
I
me,
enjoy
it's
it.
a sentimental
I
classic.
enjoy it.
It's
Yeah.
Vigo.
It's
You like the buzzing of flies.
they threw the imagination out the window, but it was still fun.
Yeah.
Right. It was still.
So we went from greatest horror movies to greatest comedies.
I know. Guys, do you have any favorite not Nick, but horror directors?
Yeah, well, like I said, mine was Wes Craven.
Wes Craven's your
Craven's
favorite,
so
and he's
good.
your hero. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
And there's also, like, as we were just all talking about, John Carpenter.
Yes.
Who I've met, by the way.
You met John? Wow.
I saw him in concert. That was
That's
fun.
cool. Oh, nice.
That was a lot of
Because
fun.
he composes.
Yeah,
all
and
his-
he's seeing those themes and the images behind
That's
it was
cool.
so much
Where
fun.
was that, by the way?
I saw it was a small venue, the Trocadero Theater
Oh,
in
nice.
Philadelphia. Yeah,
Rest in
wow.
peace. They
good
just-
place
they
to
just
see.
closed
I
that
heard
place
that.
down.
I saw it last
Yeah.
year.
Oh, nice.
That was the last year.
Yeah.
He toured 2 years in a row, and I saw him the second year he came around.
Nice.
Yeah, Carpenter's
I would
awesome.
love
Yeah.
to see. Yeah, that would be good.
Yeah.
Yeah, George A. Romero's another one of my
Okay.
favorites.
Oh,
Another
he's
one who I met
outstanding.
before he passed away,
Oh,
sadly.
wow.
Yeah.
You got to meet a lot of cool
You
directors.
go to
That's
the,
awesome.
you go to the
yeah.
conventions. You're
Oh,
Yeah, like I've been to Monster Mania,
Yeah.
Chiller, New Jersey Horror Con Film
Chiller
Festival.
Theater's coming up in the new one. This year is October. Right?
Yeah,
October, yeah.
And you wait on the line and get to see them. How bad is it usually?
It depends.
It depends.
Yeah,
I mean,
it depends
like,
who it
when
is.
you get there and who it is.
Like when I was at Ghostbusters Fan Fest, and aside from like Ernie Hudson, William Atherton, they would have like random B celebrities there, like kind of trying to cash in on the con aura, and it was a little sad. There were some personalities there, some actors.
Anyone worth noting? Any names?
I met the Soup Nazi.
Oh, okay.
I chatted with him for like 10 minutes.
He's my favorite
He's not
part of
making soup
Ghostbusters.
anymore?
No, he's
my favorite part of Ghostbusters. Well, Ghostbusters 2 had some cameos. Cheech Marin,
Larry King.
Larry King. Well, Larry King was in the first one. Larry King was in the first one. Yeah.
Bobby Brown.
Oh, the bookman, the book cop in Seinfeld.
Philip Baker Hall.
Yeah.
Excellent actor. From Magnolia and Boogie Nights. Terrific series.
Ben
actor.
Stiles. Is it Ben Stiles?
Ben Stein?
Ben
Talking
Stein.
about Ben Stein.
Ben
He's in
Stein's in the
2.
first
Yeah,
Ben
he's in
Stein's
2.
in 2.
Yeah, it's a lot of random.
Yeah.
Bueller.
Yeah.
Bueller.
Dan Aykroyd. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, just a random cameo. Whatever.
Sorry about that. Clear eyes.
It's weird though. In the first Ghostbusters, Aykroyd and Murray have cameos as like these weird garbage men or what? No, they're homeless people, and they basically Murray does his impression, his character from Caddyshack, and Aykroyd kind of does the same voice.
In the first
In
Ghostbusters?
the first, it's a deleted scene.
Oh, I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Okay.
It's a weird scene. I'm glad I didn't put that in.
Okay.
But
Very weird.
yeah, very.
How about best Stephen King movies?
well,
Or where would It 2 rank in the pantheon? Because to me, It 1 ranks so high in the pantheon of best Stephen King adaptations from 2 years ago. But this would be in the middle. It's not the worst, but it's
But you
not.
don't think
I'd
that
give it a
it's
thumbs
being
I
down.
definitely
Too much.
put it one like is high up. Like it works very well for a lot of Stephen King's themes.
Yeah.
It too is down there. It's slightly entertaining because
I
of how
agree.
bad it is.
Yeah.
But it's so shallow. It doesn't really go into a lot of the themes that the book went into.
Yeah.
That like a lot of the innate horror of it, they completely gloss over.
Which
Like,
is hard to, I guess, capture in a film.
Yeah.
So it's
No,
really
you can
hard
do it in a
to.
film. Like they almost had it. Like when it starts at the beginning, they show like Beverly is dating abusive husband,
Yeah.
who is pretty much her father, and like Eddie is dating someone who's pretty much her mother, and like that's supposed to be. They've completely forgotten the trauma they had and overcame as
children.
kids.
Yeah.
They've forgotten that.
Yeah.
They've regressed back.
Yeah.
And the movie should have been them realizing these things and being
Kind of
able
like
to grow from
like
it.
like Hook. They should have done like a Hook thing.
yeah, like imagine if you were a kid.
No, that
you were
wouldn't have been
just
good
a-
either.
Everything should be like Hook.
That wouldn't be good either.
Cult Cafe recommendation.
What, Hook?
Just the
Yeah.
body-
We did Hook already.
You did Hook already.
We did Hook for Father's Day last year.
Damn it. Okay.
Yeah, Randy,
Back
just
to
imagine
CJ.
if you were a kid and you were in an awful, abusive home situation.
Yeah.
And you were able to overcome it, you were able to escape it and learn from it. And then when you were 18, when you left town, you forgot. And you fell back into those patterns and lived your entire life miserable and afraid of things, only to go back to the town and realize there's this supernatural force that made you forget, and that's responsible for all the horrible things in your life.
That's tough to capture on
And
film,
they
though.
could have done that, and they
That's-
just
yeah.
completely
It's
glossed it over. They made
impossible.
jokes.
It's not impossible. I just think
touched
it's
on it.
tough. I mean, well,
Describe
Andy-
the life story.
Andy Machete isn't Stanley Kubrick. That's tough to
Yeah.
capture. Okay, he's not John Carpenter yet,
Yeah.
Right.
but I mean that's tough to
You think
capture.
he
Did the best he could.
Saying someone's going to be John Carpenter is like saying
Yeah.
someone's going to be Marlon Brando.
Right,
it's
right,
tough
right,
to
right.
tough to say that he knows
He knows what he's doing.
He made one or two good. Mama was a good horror film. He made
Yeah.
that,
Well,
and he
that was with.
Jessica Chastain.
Oh, I'm thinking
Yeah.
of Ma with Octavia Spencer.
That I did
No,
not
no,
see.
no.
Yeah,
Mama was
Mama.
pretty good as a horror.
I like
Mama
that.
was a good. It was nothing special, but it was
He
fun.
did some Mama's,
He did Mama,
alright.
and he did It Chapter 1. I thought It Chapter 1 was excellent.
Yeah.
So this one just didn't work for me. Yeah.
Well, not everything can be Jack Nicholson.
Well, that Shining would be in my
Oh,
top.
Well, that's why
that's
I
probably number
threw
one
it
for me.
into it.
Oh, are you going to
Stephen
count Shawshank Redemption?
Well,
Because that's
non-horror,
Stephen King.
non-horror.
It is.
That's Stephen
I mean,
King.
Overall, it's hard
Overall,
to
Shawshank, Shining, Carrie would be up there for me.
Yeah.
Dead Zone would
Which
be way up
Carrie,
there for
though?
me.
I would say
Creepshow?
my favorite's gotta be
Creepshow, where
Stand By
you're
Me.
acting role.
George
Stand by
Romero
Me.
directed
Great.
Creepshow.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good. I like Creepshow too as well.
Stand By Me is my number one.
Stand By Me is
Yeah.
outstanding. Yeah.
I mean,
like the Green
Rob
Mile.
Reiner did Misery and Stand By Me.
Oh, Misery.
What
So
an incredible
good. Yeah.
job. And
So
Rob
good.
Reiner, the director of
Yeah.
Spinal Tap and you know, When Harry Met Sally,
Yeah.
did so
Oh.
much
He did a good job with
greatness
Misery.
with Stephen King's work.
The genres that he likes.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I mean,
And then he made North. Oh,
well,
God.
you know, when you're up, you
Yeah, but
goes up
Nowhere to-
must come down.
Yeah.
Nothing's worse than
And then
North.
he's done 20 years of garbage. Nothing's worse than what?
There's like almost nothing worse than North.
North was
North,
bad.
yeah.
North was bad, yeah.
I don't think I saw the whole thing. It had a great cast, though.
It
Yes,
did.
it had
Everyone's in it.
over-
Everyone.
yes.
Elijah Wood, Bruce
Dan
Willis.
Aykroyd,
Yeah, Dan
Bruce
Aykroyd.
Willis, yeah. It's
Everyone's
worth
in
seeing
it.
just to say
No.
you saw it, like
Yeah.
Geely.
It's-
It's worth seeing as a
Geely?
critic.
No,
As a
it's
critic,
worth
you should see
letting
it.
it
Okay,
play
okay.
in the corner of a screen so that you can just go, he's there, she's there,
Yeah.
but not
It's like a
actually
who's
having...
who.
As a critic,
Yeah.
see it, because sometimes as critics, we all have to sit through bad movies.
The next time
That
next time you're on the couch, we're going to talk about North.
That is
Yeah.
a bad movie. I mean, it's all, like Geely. If you haven't
Yeah.
seen it, you just owe yourself a favor to realize, wow, intelligent people
Yeah.
actually sat down
It's-
and
no.
made this and thought this would work. Like it's these are all worse than any Stephen King adaptations that I've
Right.
seen. There've been some bad ones. Yeah.
Guys in the back, Stephen King fans, overall favorite books or movies?
Okay. Well, I'll admit, I mean, I don't really read books, but like, my favorite Stephen King movies would have to be, of course, Shining, Creepshow, Carrie.
Carrie, definitely.
Yeah.
Did he do
70s.
Cat's?
Cat's Eye.
Cat's Eye.
Cat's Eye's a good one.
That one was
Yeah.
a movie only. It
Love
wasn't
that
a
one.
book, but that was good.
Right.
Christine,
I love some
excellent.
of
We mentioned already.
Carpenter, yeah.
Wait, Christine's the car.
Christine's
Carrie's
Christine's the car.
Yeah.
Carrie's the girl.
Right.
Oh, how about
Cujo.
The Mist? Cujo? The
Cujo.
Mist?
The
No one
Mist,
mentioned them. The
Cujo.
Mist
Wait,
is
the
high for
2000
me.
the
2007
Darabont,
movie.
yeah.
Yeah, Darabont movie.
Who
yeah.
also did
Did Shawshank
yeah,
Redemption.
Pet
Yeah.
Sematary.
Yeah.
Well, Pet Cemetery is another one that's been overdone.
I hated
Every-
both
No.
Pet Cemetery.
The first one is cheesy, but I like it. The second one, the remake, I hate.
The
It's
remake just
unnecessary.
gave up at the end.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
tried to do a twist,
they were
weird
making
ending.
a
It was
weird,
awful.
Like, haunted house.
It was
movie,
Switch the girl and the
it's
boy.
not-
Oh, that
Right.
was so bad.
It was
Yeah.
so bad. It's so awful.
I'm curious though, guys.
Just
What do
came
you?
out, you're talking
Yeah, the new one that just came out.
I think
That's me.
CJ, you
I
and I
don't
were on
like
for the
any
same
horror
show
movies.
You
for
don't like horror movies. No?
I
Pet
can name
Sematary.
one or two that I could tell you.
Name one or two. Then.
All right. I was like, you chatted. What
Sorry,
does
I'm
he like?
sorry.
I'm like, well, I don't mind Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
That's fun.
80s.
That's a fun movie.
Well, that's practically it.
Yeah.
Okay, but I'm saying.
not at all.
Yeah, but
Sort of?
I'm saying that's sort of it, but it's
Multiply.
it has its redeeming aspect.
Right.
Cotton candy
And-
cocoons and such.
Another movie that's sort of not horror, but I didn't mind was Anaconda.
Oh, I like it.
That's some thriller suspense.
It's
It's one
almost
of
the one
J-Lo's
by-
first roles. Right?
Jennifer
Killer
Lopez, Ice
animal
Cube.
films,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Eric Stoltz.
Eric Stoltz, who's in it for like
Underused.
15 minutes.
Owen
Yeah.
Wilson.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
right, Owen Wilson
I
before he
actually
became
like
big.
Owen Wilson
And
more
John
as
Voight.
a horror character than I do.
John Voight was excellent
Yes.
in that.
Yeah.
I forgot John Voight.
He was the villain.
He's the
He-
villain.
He was. That
As
was a
we
good
follow
He was
the
more
one
of a
by
villain
one.
than the snake.
Yeah.
almost.
Yes.
It's great. So we got a few minutes left. We're gonna take a short commercial break in a few seconds.
So
Sorry.
The trees are rustling.
The
Is this
horror-
the
It's the
hat?
balloons. It's the balloons.
It's the hat.
it's
It's
the
it.
it's the
balloons actually.
forest.
See?
But
We're alive.
they're alive. But we've got our commercial break. We'll be back right after this with more horror talk. Right after this.
Under the Radar is brought to you by Magnitude Jewelry. Add a 2 to match your attitude. Patent pending interchange genuine gemstone and crystal EMF protection jewelry. For more information, please visit magnitudejewelry.com/gemgirl or call 718-268-6634.
Oh yes. Yeah.
And we're back, guys. More Under the Radar, and this is our special 100th episode. Woo! And yeah, we only have 9 minutes left, unfortunately. So I just wanted to go around and see where It Chapter 2 lies on your radar. So, ladies first, Erica, you
Well,
didn't see it.
Yes, it is not on my radar.
Okay,
It's
at
sort
all.
of- it's floating around the water. If you're interested in horror, I'd say go see it. If it's asking if it's on my radar, it never even hit a blip.
I liked how you said the floating on the radar.
That was very
That was a
eloquent.
nice. Yeah, that
Very
was great.
nice.
I am a writer after all.
Okay.
Thomas.
Yeah. Well, so overall, I did enjoy It Chapter 2. I mean, of course, I did not like it as much as I liked the first movie.
Okay.
So, like, it didn't need to be 3 hours long or nearly 3 hours long. 'Cause,
Too
like,
long.
2 hours 49 minutes, but with
Too
the
long.
trailers, well over 3
Yeah.
hours.
Yeah, so it didn't need to be 3 hours long. I felt they could have trimmed at least 20 minutes because there were
More.
scenes that
Definitely.
didn't really go anywhere.
Yep. Right.
There were some
100%.
characters that we don't see again for the rest of the movie. But, like, I really thought the cast was great. They all did very good, especially with, like, convincing us that they were the kids from the first movie.
And I must say, we didn't really touch on the casting. Impeccable, I'd say.
Jessica Chastain and Bill Hader were excellent. Everyone else, I was indifferent about.
McAvoy
The
could have
kids,
been
the
replaced by
kids were
anybody
terrific.
else.
The kids were terrific,
Right.
as they were in the first film.
Right.
But the adults, anyone could have played the other parts. I was in. Jessica Chastain's good in everything,
Yeah.
and Bill Hader
Yeah.
was good in his role. I
Yeah.
just wish they didn't try to make him so funny.
Right.
So
I feel like they let them improv a lot of it.
I'm sure, oh yeah. I'm sure this movie was so much
Yeah.
fun to make.
Yeah. Yeah, so overall, I would say, like, you should check it out. Like, it's not as good as the first one, but it's a good companion to the
Yeah,
first movie.
it closes the chapter.
Yeah, it closes the
It's
chapter.
nice. CJ, by the way, I love your outfit. I love
Thank
I
you.
love the
Yep.
shirt. Losers Club, I love it.
Yep. The V.
Made that yourself. I love
Made
it.
it myself. I'm still getting high off the Sharpie fumes gone
Nice.
up, so
It's
feeling
well
pretty
worth
good.
it, I'm sure.
Yeah. For Chapter 2, I honestly say miss it. It's like it's okay. It's an enjoyable kind of thing to watch, but
Yeah.
honestly, I'd rather say don't waste the money to see it in theaters. Like
I
watch
mean,
it when it comes out on DVD or like watch it on Netflix with your friends. Like get some friends over, get drunk, eat some food, and just watch the movie where you can pause it plenty of times.
Right,
Where
right.
you can just laugh your ass off at how kind of ridiculous it is because. It's funny, but I don't think it was supposed to be this funny. I think a lot of it is unintentional.
Okay.
well
It
said.
was a lot of it just really seemed like mistimed and wasn't quite done as well as it
Yeah, it
probably
was a
should
little
have.
cluttered.
There was a lot of things that I think they were trying to go for creepy that just looked bad.
Yeah.
So I would say don't see it in theater. Watch it eventually if you feel like it, but it's like I didn't.
If you need the
enjoy it as
closure.
much.
Yeah.
If you need that closure, because you
Again,
saw
like I
one,
don't think you even need closure. You can watch it one and be perfectly satisfied.
I agree.
This is
They
a home
could have ended
video.
it there.
all
And then
that.
what
I
happens
agree.
when It 3 comes out?
Nick, I know you didn't see it, but do you
Go
have a
see
plan
it.
on seeing it?
No.
Okay.
Go see El Camino, a Breaking Bad movie. It's going to be on Netflix
Oh,
October 11th.
yes, yes.
It's the only thing that you need to see. You don't
Nick,
need
you'll
to
come
see
on
it.
for that, I hope.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Nice. Matt, where does this lie on your radar?
I mean, I would say if you saw the first one, you might as well see it.
Right.
Just because. If you like Bill Hader, just go see the movie. Otherwise, I mean, obviously, if you didn't see the first one, who cares? And yeah, I don't know. Overall, I didn't really love it, but
Yeah, it's an eh.
Man.
It's a meh. It's between meh and
That's
eh.
not good enough.
see it if you want. I don't care. What do I run your life? Go away.
Jason, I know you...
Unger over the radar, not on the radar.
Not on-
Skip it. There's better things to do. Read the book.
Definitely.
See other better Stephen King adaptations that we named right now, like Carrie, The Shining,
Yeah.
The Mist. So many other
Pretty
better
much
movies
anything by
out there.
John Carpenter.
Most John
Or
Carpenter,
George Romero.
80s, 70s, Halloween, George Romero.
Go see Dreamcatcher.
Oh, that's an awful movie.
That was
Oh,
so bad.
don't see Dreamcatcher.
Timothy Oliphant, right?
Yeah, and
2003.
I kind of rank it to the same as Dreamcatcher.
Wow,
just
that's
goofy
bad.
movie about
That's
which
bad.
I know is an insult to it too.
That's an insult to it too, because I say whenever people
yeah.
ask me
It's
what's
like-
the worst Stephen King, I say Dreamcatcher.
Yeah. I'm
Dreamcatcher's
with you on
definitely
that
up there
one.
for bad. I put It Chapter
Even-
2 up there.
yeah, ooh.
because
Oh, boy.
Bill Skarsgård, he was good in It Chapter 1. They used him well. And this one, I felt like he was just as kind of creepy as Morgan Freeman's eyebrows in Dreamcatcher. I feel the same way. Where
They
I
were
don't
creepy.
know why it's doing this. It's a little
Yeah.
creepy, but not for the reasons you want it to be. Okay.
Or the poop monsters or whatever they
Oh,
were, those
God.
weasels
Oh,
from
the
monster that comes out of
Dreamcatcher,
the
yeah.
toilet, yeah. It's,
Yeah,
it's
that was
Makes me just want to rewatch Dreamcatcher.
Yeah,
And
you
poor
kinda wanna watch
Jason
it.
Lee is stuck
Just,
on the toilet.
That's the
awful,
thing. Jason
yeah.
Lee in
It's
this movie
great.
is Bill Hader's character.
You're right.
Well,
The glasses and
That's
everything.
why I was
The
surprised.
glasses and
They're just going
everything.
to do
yeah.
Jason Lee as
Yeah.
Adult Richie. But instead they
Which
did
was the
Bill
only
Hader,
reason
which
I
worked
saw
out.
Dreamcatcher
Yeah.
too was because I love Jason Lee.
Oh, yeah.
In the late 90s, early 2000s, he was
Oh.
really good.
We all need to just
Alvin and the
watch
Chipmunks, and it's
Dreamcatcher
over.
and
Yeah.
slip into it. It's a fun movie to just destroy.
It's, oh, God.
It's bad.
Destroy
But,
it.
I mean, I love the first It. but this one, it just kind of pales in comparison. It's just all over the place. It really has no direction.
Skip it. Yeah.
And I like the casting, but other than that, and the special effects.
The special effects were good. The production value was good. The set designs were excellent.
Yeah, but it was
the story and the writing were
lacking.
bad.
It was seriously lacking.
Bad.
The cameos in the movie too.
Should we ruin them or not?
No. Okay,
no
then. Spoilers.
Not even the beginning. I'm just gonna say Peter Bogdanovich.
I like Peter Bogdanovich.
Okay. Yeah, I was like, why is he like so prominent?
You can tell he's got the ascot.
Right.
He always has
But
the
the
ascot.
second cameo,
No spoilers.
We'll just leave that
But
nugget for you.
those also felt like a cop-out by saying, oh, he never writes a good ending. Oh, they never get endings. So it's like the movie was begging for our pity. No, the movie was begging. But the movie was begging for our pity to be like, oh, it's going to have a bad ending. Who cares? We'll enjoy it. Bad writing.
3 minutes left. I just want to go around real quick.
Plugs.
Any plugs, Nick?
Wrestling podcast about wrestling. I'll be reviewing All Out versus the UK Takeover event that happened 2 weeks ago. You can listen to that wherever you find podcasts. I have other stuff coming out eventually. I don't know when. And again, go on Netflix, see El Camino, a Breaking Bad movie. I'm currently rewatching the entire series to prepare for it.
Awesome.
Okay, next person.
Yes. CJ, anything? What's going on?
I'm still doing the same stuff. It's a lot of stuff like in production that it's going to take a while to go out. Like, I'm working on some shorts with Vinny and Jake, who you know very well.
Yes.
I'm working with an artist. I'm working on a horror graphic novel actually, but we're in the process of like scripting out the script for that, and then he's drawing it. So we have some concept art and some terrible plot outlines I'm working on to try and fix up. So that's all I've got going.
Wow, that's a mouthful. You're out of breath. You okay?
I'm good.
Good. Thomas, anything you want to talk about your friends? Yep.
Yeah, my friend Michael Ciani. So he's got an event coming up this Friday at the Cinema Arts Center, where Matt over here actually works.
Yes.
So it's going to be a double feature of Friday 13th Part 5 and Friday 13th Part 8.
That's right.
So
Why so random?
The two least liked
I know,
ones.
I like 5. I like
5.
Wait, 5?
5 was no Jason.
Was it Crispin Glover?
No, that was 4.
No, that was 4. 4 is awesome.
8 is Takes
4
Manhattan,
and 6
right?
are my 2
Takes
favorites.
Manhattan, yes.
I love that
It's
one.
I like
The scene where he's standing in Times Square and the camera goes around. I love that scene. That's a great shot.
Yeah, so that's this Friday, which so happens to be Friday the 13th.
Okay, good to know. That's Friday. All right, good to know. I'll make a mental note.
Randy, we still got to watch all the Friday the 13th.
I know.
It's coming up. We got to do it.
Well, we got to do it in segments, because it's a lot of movies.
Yeah, we're just gonna hang out and just watch as many as we
Are we
can.
gonna do up to Jason X, or are we going?
We'll watch
Go
as
to
much
Freddy
as we can
versus
stop.
Jason.
gotta
Do the
throw it
remake.
in
I like the
The
remake
remake? I
from
hated the
09.
remake.
I liked
the
it.
remake.
I like the
lame.
remake. I liked it.
Wasn't-
Okay, yeah.
All right, who's
Plugs.
next?
I got it. Okay, yeah.
Erica, you didn't have.
No, I'm just working on lots of the same stuff, trying to work on my writing and getting stuff in production.
Very nice.
All right, and you could check out all my reviews on my website, panandslam.com.
Yes.
www.panandslam.com. I've got an article up there, 1999, a 20-year retrospective on the year that changed movies.
Yes.
I did my top 20 from 1999, looking back then, what I did then, and where it ranks now. I also did an article, De Niro and Pacino, what happened? Okay? Because The Irishman is coming out, so you want to be prepared for that, and hopefully that's a return to form for two of our greatest actors. And you could read my review on it and all the other movies that we've discussed here. That's panandslam.com.
Hopefully the Irishman's not going to be like Righteous Kill.
It's already 3.5 hours, and yes, I mentioned Righteous Kill in my De Niro Pacino
That was one of the
article.
worst movies
That was
I've
a
ever seen.
what happened. That was so bad. That was really bad.
Oh my God.
That made Heat look like Goodfellas. Okay, that was really bad. But
For the Irishman, maybe you'll come back for that.
I hope so. Yeah, that would be
Okay.
a good one. All right. Yeah.
Mr. Roran.
Gold Cafe at Cinema Arts Center every Saturday night at 10 o'clock. We bring you the finest films. This week we've got Buck Rogers in the 25th Century. We've got coming up some music documentaries. We got Talking Heads, Stop Making Sense, dance party version. We're going to do a dance party.
That sounds awesome.
Murder in the Front Row coming in October. The Bay Area Thrash documentary, as well as Desolation Center about the LA desert concerts featuring Sonic Youth, Meat Puppets, Minutemen, and the like. And then in October, we also have Fright Night, Evil Dead, and Salem's Lot coming. So
Awesome.
Yes.
Okay.
Also, Stephen
Lots of
King.
fun horror movies in October.
That's going to be great.
Yep,
That's
I'll
gonna
be there for the Fright Night one.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Saturdays at 10.
Be there, be square. And we've got some plugs from our wonderful sponsor, Magnitude Jewelry. September 20th to 22nd, the Yoga Festival at Cape Cod, Massachusetts. October 18th to the 20th is the New Life Expo at the New Yorker Hotel in New York City. November, we have the Naval Expo in Tarrytown, New York. And we also have the Heart Freedom Expo in Chicago, Illinois coming up. We'll have more dates and information with that. But yeah, I want to thank everyone today. Our 100th episode. This is really great.
Yep. Success.
To 100 more.
Yes.
Or more than that.
God help us
We'll
see.
All of us.
But I aside from thanking you, wonderful guest critics, you guys are always there for me every week, every Sunday at 6. And I want to also thank everyone watching at home, on your devices, on your computers at home. You're also a very integral part of Under the Radar, and I want to thank you for watching every week as well. So, guys, thank you, and we'll see you next week. Take care.
Cheers.
Bye, guys.
Under the Radar is all new next week with more movie reviews and interviews on Strong Island Radio and Television. Stay tuned. We'll see you next week.